delving into this collection of movies that I have amassed over the years, things that I wanted to check out, things that I was curious about. I've just picked them up in sales and really good prices. They fell into the collection and I've kind of forgotten about them. But having this kind of time, it has been great. I've just been pulling movies off the shelves almost at random and throwing them on and just enjoying the heck out of the majority of them. Now, I've discovered that I had never really seen a Mario Bava movie. Not before this year anyway, and with me just pulling movies seemingly at random off my shelves here, I have now just watched my 5th one in the manner of a week or so. Another Italian director that I'd heard of a lot, and I'm just really discovering a lot of his works. The latest one was Black Sabbath, the movie that inspired the band's name, apparently, according to some trivia that I read about it. This is an anthology movie. I love anthology movies. You just never know what you're going to get, especially period ones, ones from the 70s, 80s, that kind of time span. I find the newer ones aren't as great. These kind of ones, the consistency is always there. And in this movie in particular, there is a strong consistency through it. They're all good stories. There is no connective tissue. You do have 2 versions of the movie on here. You've got the original Italian version, which is more colourful, a little bit shorter than the American version, which has a lot more Boris Karloff, or does it have less? I can never remember. But it's a little bit duller in the colours, and they rejig the format about for where the stories play. You get both versions on this Arrow disc, so it's a great little addition itself, just the fact that they've got 2 versions of it, and they're both like, wildly different, as much as they can be when it's the same movie. We get 3 stories here. We get one which is The Telephone, which is a woman, which is it's kind of almost like a precursor to giallo movies a bit. We have a woman who receives a phone call from somebody who's dead, her ex-partner, who is looking for revenge, who is obviously watching her, torturing her, telling her that before the night's out she will be dead. And that plays along really well, but in a typical giallo fashion. There's a little bit of twist at the end, but it's fun, and it's one of those ones there I'm never quite sure if it was all in her head or if this did actually happen. Either way, it's a really interesting short little segment, about 25 minutes long, 20 minutes, set in one room, pretty much with 3 actors, I would say, but primarily with 1, 2 for a little while, and a snippet of a 3rd one near on. This was fun, it was quick, like I said, it reminded me a lot of giallos, and I was just, great fun. The other story is The Drop of Water, which is all about a nurse that goes to get a body kind of ready for burial almost. They're going to dress it, and she decides that she quite fancies the ring that is on her hand and decides that she's going to take it. And then suddenly spooky things start to happen to her. The design of the woman who's died, is just one of those uncanny valley things. It looks like a face, but not like a real face, but the woman's dead, so it's supposed to be kind of odd, and it most definitely is. It's one of those haunting, statuesque kind of faces, and it never changes its demeanour at all. It's just there. That's the way it is, and it is yuck, icky, not particularly nice to look at. It is the kind of thing that would possibly give you nightmares. And this woman is haunted by the spirit of something because she stole a ring. But she gets enough omens to let her know that it'd probably be best to put this thing back. And when the when the little segment ends here, you have a feeling that this story is going to continue again anew, which is a nice little turn again. So we've kind of had a spiritual story, we've had a kind of slasher giallo story, and then we move on to the vampire story. The Wurdulak, and this one is probably the longest of the 3 segments, and it's all based along a type of vampire, the Wurdulak, the kind of vampire which will only survive on the blood of loved ones. And this is a kind of nihilistic story of a man that stumbles across a body, goes to a local house, and just ends up in the middle of something that he really doesn't want to be in the middle of. It's got a nice pacing. It's a nice little condensed story that has enough time to breathe, some good performances, and a kind of twisted end that felt fitting for the story but wasn't entirely happy. I'll just kind of leave you on that note for it. The three stories are all great. They're all different production sets and things like that are all really nice and tangible. I love the kind of colour aspect of this movie as well, particularly the Italian version where it's really bright and in your face, and the Boris Karloff introduction in that one is just way more colourful and way more interesting, I think, as well. I think the stories are all look really close to each other in levels of enjoyment, which is a hard thing to accomplish, but I think having the same director really helps. I've seen this before in like Creepshow. It's got the same director, it's got the same kind of thematics, spirit, design and production values all the way through the tales, and it just makes for a more coherent, more fun and enjoyable movie. Black Sabbath was a hell of a lot of fun. 5 Mario Bava movies, and as it turns out, I had a quick check of my collection. Looks as if I've got another 3 or 4 sitting there, which I'm probably going to get to pretty soon, as so far I've not discovered one of his that I haven't enjoyed. So there we have it, another movie review done. I'd love to know your opinion of Mario Bava or any other Italian directors that I should be watching more of. Let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man vs. Film.